Well, good morning, South Valley. Good to be with you this morning. My name is Chesley Ray, but I usually go by Tiny. And if you want to find out about that, well, you can ask me later, as some people have, and I'll explain to you how I came to that. This morning, I have an opportunity to share some of my personal testimony with you. I want to share some of my experiences of hearing the voice of God and the response that called forth. In 1948, when I had just turned 13, my family moved from Oklahoma to the Riverdale area here in California. In Oklahoma, we had regularly attended a conservative, Bible-teaching, gospel-preaching church. When we settled here in California, we didn't get started back to church. At that young age, I had decided that I would attend church 2 more times, one to get married and one to be buried. One day I got home from school. I learned that my next door neighbors had been involved in a serious car accident in the heavy morning fog. The wife and mother had been killed. The other 3 family members had serious injuries. This made me face the unexpected reality of death. I didn't realize then that I was hearing the voice of God. I didn't hear a voice as we do humans, but the question came very clear to me. Tiny, if that had been you instead of Mrs. Van Bakker, who was killed in that car wreck today, where would you be now? I knew the answer to that, and I didn't like it. I went out to an old barn among the dust, cobwebs, and pigeon residue, got on my knees by a bale of hay, and did some business with the Lord. I don't know what I said, but God heard. Suddenly, I was aware of another presence in the barn. I thought someone had come in and saw me on my knees by the bale of hay. I was embarrassed and jumped up. The presence immediately was no more. No one was there, but God had established his claim on my life. I would like to say that I turned over a new leaf after that, but no, life went on seemingly as usual, except that God now had a claim on my life. Fast forward to 1974. By now, I was married. We had 3 children. Our daughter was a freshman at Lemoore High. Our twin sons were in 8th grade at Island School. We had bought a 40-acre farm on 22nd Avenue, and in 1968, we had built a new home on the farm. I was in my 7th year of teaching at Acres School on the base. My wife, Ruth, was in her 13th year as the school nurse for the Central Union District, which included Acres, where I was now teaching. I had completed a master's degree and was looking to get involved in school administration. We were actively involved in the work at Island Baptist Church. In a word, we had it very good. No reason to change. One Sunday morning, I was up early putting the finishing touches on the lesson for the adult Sunday school class that I led at Island Baptist Church. Ruth and the children were still asleep, but I became distracted. I finally put my Bible and teacher's manual down and said aloud, "What is it, Lord?" No more direction at that time. When Ruth got up a few minutes later, I told her, "I don't know what is happening, but something is going on." I shared our question for prayer at church later that morning. A friend, Fenton McCahill, counseled me that we needed to get some Bible school training for what lay ahead, whatever that was. He was going to a missions conference at Multnomah School of the Bible in Portland, Oregon in a couple of months and invited me to go with him. I did. Over the next 5 days, our lives were turned upside down. The result was that we resigned from our school jobs, moved to Portland for 2 years of Bible school training, 1 year for each of us. By now, I realized that our life was about to be absolutely changed. Over time, it became clear that we were to serve with Wycliffe Bible translators, but the where would become clear in time. The Lord clearly led us to Papua New Guinea. Our 3 children graduated from Ukarumpa High School in Papua New Guinea. We were not Bible translators, but literacy workers for 20 years in Papua New Guinea, then training literacy workers here in the U.S., in Canada, in Australia, and England. We retired from Wycliffe at the end of 2007. In 2004, Ruth had been diagnosed with breast cancer. That cancer would take her life in 2014. God still speaks. How do I know? Because he spoke